everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review for P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. So this review will be spoiler-free as long as you have read the first book in the series, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. If you haven't yet, then go and read it. I have a spoiler-free review for that one. I will link it down below for you guys so you can go and check it out. But yeah, as long as you have read that book, I will be spoiling To All the Boys I've Loved Before a little bit, because this one is the second one, but I won't be spoiling this one at all. So this book picks up right where To All the Boys I've Loved Before left off, with the letter being written to Peter, the infamous letter, and you don't know what's going to happen, and I'm not going to say too much in the summary because I don't want to spoil it. I feel like it's just better to just read it. Just start reading it. Don't even read the dust jacket, just read it. The writing of this book was just like the first one. It was really fun, quirky, and really easy to read, but there were also a lot of issues brought up in this book. A lot of feminist issues were not glossed over, but they were brought up in kind of an easy way to kind of teach morals, which I thought was really interesting. Slut shaming is brought up a lot in this book. I forget what else, but there are definitely a ton of social justice issues that were brought up in this book that I really liked. I really liked the fact that that was touched upon, and it was able to be touched upon in a way that didn't feel like it was like slamming you in the face with these morals and all this stuff. It was able to kind of start discussion in the book, which worked really well to kind of start discussion in real life, which I think is really great. We need that more in YA novels, especially because teenagers are impressionable, they're looking for that stuff, so I think that that was great to include in here. You also got really diverse characters in this book, which I really liked. The whole main family is Korean, so you got to see some Korean culture, and I liked seeing that. I think it kind of made the book more dynamic having that in there, and of course we need diversity in books, so that was awesome to see. And like I kind of mentioned, the writing style is really easy to read. Jenny Han is just a really kind of easy but cute at the same time writer. I think that her books just read really well, and they're really fun and just super simple to read. As far as the characters go, Laura Jean, I feel like you got to see her develop a lot more in this book. One of the main complaints that I've seen for To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and I felt the same, was that she's really childish, and she is still kind of immature in this book, but she does have more maturity to her. I think she's kind of stepping up and becoming an adult in this book, more so than she was the last book, because in the last book she was pretty childish, but I think she's finally starting to kind of become an adult in this one, which was really nice to see. But at the same time, she was still pretty irritating. I think she was just always kind of looking for a problem and looking to start some drama, which was super annoying, but I think that she is kind of learning, and you can see that by the end of the book for sure. You got to see more of Margot and Kitty in this book as well, I feel like, and I really liked that. I think that the sister dynamic is something that makes this book really strong and sets it apart from other contemporaries, so I'll talk about that more in the plot, but I did like getting to see more of their characters being developed, and I came to really like both of the sisters. You got to see more of Peter in this book, of course, which I really liked. I like his character a lot, but honestly, he's starting to kind of fall a little bit flat for me, and I wasn't as into him as I used to be, because there's another boy introduced in this book, John, and I love John. I think he's just like the perfect boy, and I just loved him so much, and he was just, yes. As far as plot goes, I really liked where the plot went in this book. At times I did feel like the drama was a little bit senseless, but I mean, it is a high school thing, and Laura Jean isn't the most mature character, so it did kind of make sense, but I felt like she was just kind of trying to stir the pot a lot of the times, but I think that was kind of the idea of it. I really liked the fact that you once again got to see more of the sister relationship, and I feel like you got that more in this book than you did in the last book. The sisters really were involved in everything, and you got to see her whole family dynamic, which I love, because I love the sister relationship in these books, because it's really relatable, especially because I'm in a family of 3 girls. I'm the youngest, so I can completely relate to that kind of dysfunctional sister relationship, and it was just so nice to see that in a book, because as I mentioned in my To All the Boys I've Loved Before review, a lot of the times in contemporary books, the families kind of fade into the background, so having them at the forefront in this book was awesome and really set this book above all the other contemporaries I've read. You also really got to see the friendships develop. So it wasn't just the romantic relationship that was at the focus, it was also the friendships and the family relationships, and just seeing all those relationships and how they combined and how Laura Jean was in each relationship really made for a nice book. I also really love that this book has such a distinct style. Like, I just feel like Laura Jean has such a, you can really get her sense of style from this book, which is really cool because I feel like you don't always get that, but you can tell like what she likes and all those like vintage things, like how she likes baking. She's just a very distinct character and I love it. Like, I just love the style of this book because I think it gives you a really clear picture of who Laura Jean is. And in this book, Laura Jean gets involved with a nursing home or a retirement home, and it's really awesome to see her interact with all these elderly people, especially Stormy. I absolutely loved Stormy. I think she was just this typical badass grandma, which was awesome, and seeing Laura Jean talk to them and the things that she was doing for them was really cool. So it was an interesting setting to be in. As far as the romance goes, I did like where it went. I was a little bit irritated with it at times because I feel like there was, like I said, kind of a bit of senseless drama, but for the most part I did really like where it was going, and I liked seeing what happened with the relationship after the events of the first book. I think that it was a really effective end to the duology, and it worked really well. So overall, I gave this book a 4, possibly a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I love this duology. I think it's really great and fun, easy, and adorable. Just a really all-around great duology, and it was just perfect. It was great. It was a really great conclusion to it. So yeah, that's going to be all for today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have read this book, let me know your thoughts on it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!